Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with my audio. Fuck. Let's see if it's fixed now. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay. Anyway, fail start. So, now that we fixed that, let's start properly.
Oh shoot! Can you re-host? I exited thinking that we were in.
Yeah, I quit the game. It's fine.
Sorry, bruh.
Rehosting it now.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so yeah, after the fail start, welcome all to another week of CPL casts. It will be me and the famous caster now, famous CPL caster, Least, doing another one. Like, if you can get rid of Least, don't worry, I cannot get rid of him as well, so I was forced to co-cast.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Everyone's.
It's Least everywhere, whatever you want. Like, just pop on the CPL cast and you'll see Least, guaranteed.
Only way to go is get least on every single cast.
I mean,
everyone's like, why is this scrub still casting?
Should at some point be a professional caster. Should make some money out of it. Anyway, we've got some tier 3 and tier 0 games this week. Now I think we're gonna start with tier 3. So we can treat ourselves with tier 0 after that, but perhaps if it's too late for you, please, we can swap the order.
No worries. I got nothing to do tomorrow.
Alright. I have a very primitive overlay this time as well, so everything's getting better. I have a game count counter. Like a match. Okay, this match is, I believe, to be TV. Was it TVP? It's Borisov versus Helbig. Yep.
Cool. Can you turn your game music down? People are saying in the chat that we're too low compared to the game music.
I can definitely try and lower that a bit. Is that better, or do you want it further reduced?
Chat, you guys tell us. I'm just reading off what people are saying. Oh, is this?
Yeah, mute list is not gonna happen. Do you like the game sounds right now, or should we? All right.
Turn down the music. Also mute least. Can you give me mod privileges in this channel so I can ban cold warp gates?
I would if I knew how to do that on Twitch. So let's ignore that and introduce our players. It's map is Overwatch. It's just Borisov spawning in the navy blue color, the top left position.
And in the bottom right, we have our magenta Protoss, Hella Bacon. That's what that is, right? That's not pink, that's magenta.
I believe so. Pink is like more pale, I believe.
Something like that. Something like that.
We're gonna pretend it's magenta.
Yeah, no, that's the trick. I'm just gonna say stuff, and you just gotta pretend that you agree, even if it's completely wrong.
Sounds like any cast.
Not much of a spammer. 50 APM, what a baller.
Why is the game so laggy? We're in a replay, for fuck's sake. Is it like really choppy for you though? Please.
Hello?
Okay, so it was my internet connection. The game just got very choppy, and I was wondering why. Now I know why.
Okay, much better. Much better. We got our boy Hello Bacon doing everything standard, Borisu doing everything standard as well.
Yep, so
Borisu, of course, the famous FFA aficionado. Big fan.
I remember Borisu from... Oh wow. Maybe I need to do something about my neck. Let's ignore that for now. I remember Borisu from like last season CPL with his one base all-in strategy. It was quite fun to watch. I wonder if we're gonna see any of that.
I hope we do. I actually just played this guy on ladder. Not Borisu, but just this random Terran player. He one base all in me with 2 barracks, stim, and a factory. So he went like bio tank on one base. And it was the most absurd thing I've ever seen. I actually ended up losing my natural and still winning the game because that's how long it took him for him to get his natural down.
I have played, I believe, against, if not that same Terran, just the Terran who does that. And I've played now multiple times on ladder against them, and the first time when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'll just do my 21 next and get some army. But his like marine medic with stim just overwhelmed me. I was like, what the fuck? But the second time I faced him, I was like, yep, I know what you're doing, so I just canceled my Nexus and go Reaver. Easiest game of my life.
Turns out Reaver versus Medic Marine, pretty good.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
It's not like the Reaver has 100 splash damage.
Oh my god, Reavers are so broken if you can actually get them to fire their shots. That was my issue. That's why I lost my natural. I like finally would get 2 Reavers out, or I would get a Reaver out, and then he would insta-kill me with like 2 tank shots, and I just couldn't tell if he was actually Gosu or not. Because he continued to like insta-kill all my stuff. Hello Bacon's sneaking in a... Gonna see this starport going down? This is actually really good.
What I'm worried about is Hello Bacon while trying to do all that pressure, and it was very good, like don't get me wrong, he got the SCV that was building the bunker and the lead bunker for such a long time, but like he's up to 600 minerals.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to his mineral count, but yeah, I forgot we were casting T3 for a second, so the APM, it's limited, folks. It's limited. What's he gonna do in response to this? He's throwing down a rope bow. He's throwing down an expansion. He seems pretty behind economically because he took so long to get his natural.
Yeah. And also he's like 4 workers behind right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Boris, to my surprise, playing in real safe. But we have a control tower, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. What do you think the control
Yeah.
tower is going to be for?
Definitely drops. If I had to take a guess, I'd say there's like a 95% chance it drops.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else Terrans can do with like a control tower in PvT, because like cloak trades, I don't think so. Even though there was someone complaining about cloak trades recently in PvP, and I was like, what even do? Just build a cannon.
Yeah, Cloaked Wraiths off 2 base, not exactly the play. Cloaked Wraiths really ever in this matchup, unless it's specifically against carriers.
Yep.
Not the play. And just like that, we do see Borisu pumping out a dropship. Really, before he even has units to fill it up, he's got like 2 vultures. He's going to need to wait until there's 4 vultures to fill that thing.
Yeah, but maybe Hellbacon played against Borisu before, because like he has like backed off and his dragoons are in his base, waiting for that dropship.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
And he is.
We do see him going for a Citadel of a Dune.
No, I like that
Pretty
play.
quickly, do we think?
It's Citadel of Adun on 2.
Or something like that?
Could be. What I'm worried about is like it's just 2 gates that are producing stuff,
Right.
and he's going for all the tech. Like he has a Robo Observatory, Citadel of Adun. Let's see if he's gonna throw down the Starport, and nope, just Templar Archives. So it might be Dark Templars.
DTs it is. Unfortunately for him, even if he's going for a DT drop, Borisu seems to have a solid ring of turrets pretty much everywhere. Oh, what's this? Why is Borisu making a second barracks? Did he get one picked off or something? No, he's got his barracks floating. He's just making a second barracks. What the heck?
It's not just the second, third, fourth, and fifth as well. Yeah, I told you, Boris likes his
oh my gosh,
bioplay.
Boris is such a cheesy motherfucker. Alright, I like it. I like this.
Oh, look at the mind games. What do we have researching in the Templar Archives from Hellbacon?
Oh my gosh, he's researching Storm already. He's like, just in case there's bio coming out at the 9-minute mark.
And that 5th barracks is just floating there, it's not even landed. Just start producing your Marines now. But yeah, we're going for literally all the tech, even Scythe Storms and Arbiters, still on 2 gateways.
That's wild. Borisu taking a hidden expo as well in the bottom left corner, and it's looking like possibly. Oh no, that was a dropship. A dropship coming in. Unfortunately for Hellbacon, it's going to come in right as he moves most of his troops. He does have 2 dragoons back home.
He has 4. He has 2 more and left to his base.
In the main.
But let's see if he's gonna notice that. Okay, there was a dragoon that shot at the dropship, but seems like no reaction so far. And we don't really have the barracks, all the barracks producing bio, but... And the dropships managed to escape. That was... Even though it didn't do that much of a damage, I'm gonna say it was worth it.
I mean,
mostly because he managed to get the dropship.
Yeah, he got the dropship out, and vultures are just so cheap that it's like, as long as you get a probe, it's basically always worth it. Like a probe per vulture.
Yeah, and like also Hellbacon pulled his probes, and he's now not sending them back to mine. He is mineral line, so it was way worth it. Like, I'm not sure if
Oh,
Boris...
totally.
But look at that, like, Boris is building a second engineering bay in front of the Dragoons.
Oh, that's hilarious. At least he's, like... I guess maybe you could just think this is for the wall.
Yeah.
Like, he's not researching anything. Oh, now he's researching armor.
Yeah, he just started researching armor. I'm not sure if armor is any good. Marines die in 3 hits, right? Yeah, from Zealots. And they will continue dying from 3 hits. So it's only that +1 armor. It's only effective against Dragoons. It gets them an extra shot. They'll die in 5 instead of 4 hits, but is that really worth it when you have a medic?
Yeah, I don't know if it's really worth it, considering the big thing for me is that it gives away that you're going bio. Like, why else would you be getting a armor upgrade for Marines unless you were going bio?
3 engineering base, 1 his ninja expansion as well.
Oh my gosh.
So it would be way better to start researching shit that he's hidden engineering bay.
I think he's just using engineering bays for walls, but he could just take some of these supply depots that he has all the way back in the back of his base and use those for walls instead.
Yeah. And also, I'm not sure, I didn't check, but I don't think Stasis is done already. Did you pay any attention to that? How Bacon just scouted the Ninja Third.
Usually when you go for this bio style, it's to punish a fast third from the Protoss. Oh my gosh. I just put the pieces together because I literally just saw him load up into these dropships. He's going gigantic bio tank drop.
Yep, that seems to be the plan, but Hello Bacon does have some Dragoons on the outskirts of Boris's base, so I'm not sure if that's gonna...
Oh my gosh. Hello Bacon is a mind reader. Not only is he getting storm, look at his third. He has 4 cannons coming down.
Oh wow, they're almost complete. And let's see... Just Boris... Yeah, so Hello Bacon, I'm not sure if he was paying any attention on the map, but his Dragoons just scouted the... Probably not, because he was busy attacking the Boris's third base. Which does not have a siege tank. If there was 1 siege tank...
No, I didn't really have anything. He was hoping that the wall off would just do a lot more. But dropping in a ton of units now. There's practically nothing at this natural base for Hello Bacon. There are a couple units heading right back. He's storming on top of his own workers. Don't do that. Oh my gosh, I think he killed more of his own workers than he did of the Marines.
Yeah, too bad the High Templars don't have a friendly kill count.
Yeah, if they had friendly fire off, that would be super nice. Borisu looking to focus fire to the Nexus, but I don't think it's going to be in time.
I'm not sure, especially because these Marines are not steamed.
But I take it back. He's going to get the Nexus. This is hilarious. What? Is he not? Marines with medics are just so powerful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, especially if you have steam.
See how long those last 2 Marines took to die? That was like infinitely long.
Yeah, Dragoons are not very good against Marine and Medic.
Especially Marine Medic with +1 armor, taking that extra shot to die.
Yeah.
But
who's laughing now at the +1 armor?
The thing is, Hello Bacon Borisu kind of blew his metaphorical load with that one. Like, he used all of his troops, and while he's coming in for the redrop, like, he's got more dropships loading up, You bring everybody back home, and I don't think the second drop is going to be quite as effective.
Yeah, unless he drops the third or the fourth that he doesn't even know about, I can't see that doing as much damage. And surprisingly, I think Boris was just not making workers.
Recall in the main. Okay, these are going to get cleaned up real easily by these Marines. This is actually... Dude, this plus one armor is making a big difference. This is absurd. Oh my gosh, they're trading so efficiently against pure Dragoons.
Yeah, you can't really fight Marine Medic with just elves and Dragoons.
Yeah, you definitely want Storm and you want Reaver. It's kind of funny that he researched Storm and he didn't bring any High Templars into the drop.
Yeah, the only Storm that was used this game was on his mineral line.
He's coming in for another push.
Now we're going for 2-1 bio. So
oh
Morris
my gosh.
is definitely very committed to his bio play, but I mean the initial surprise I don't think did as much as it should have, because right now you can see how Bacon taking his 4th and his 5th base, and he's just gonna take the whole map.
Yeah, the thing with I know is you really gotta kill him. Like, you really gotta hit one really big surprise timing and then just win the game. Because otherwise, they get Storms out, they get Reavers out, and then you can just never fight again, you know?
Yeah.
Unless somehow you go into a big mech switch, which I don't really see how that's possible.
I think he had a good chance if he, after doing that initial drop, when all the Bacon's army was busy retreating back home, he had some Marines and medics being produced from the barracks and just rallying these to the Bacon's natural.
Ooh, a drop going down at Bacon's 5th. Just one dropship, it looks like. Gonna get cleaned up fairly easily, but still very annoying.
Yeah, as I said, Zelds don't really care about your plus one armor.
Bacon doing a really good job expanding. Borisu, I mean, it's hard to expand with bio, I feel like, because they don't hold positions as well, especially when you're going for this wacky drop style. He's going for heavy science vessels.
He has
port vessel.
3 in his main base, but he's not using them at all.
Maybe he's trying to defend against another recall? I'm not sure. Because you want to need 3 if you're just trying to go for a big drop again.
I think he is bringing now one science vessel with his army, so let's see what's that gonna do. Is it gonna be used for EMP or defensive majors? The Hellbacon's army is just all over. Ooh.
Oh, Hellbacon does see the drop, tries in vain to storm the dropships. Not going to work out for him yet, but he is going to prepare. We've got a Dark Archon out, folks, back at the main.
I think so that Dark Archon might be to feed back the vessel. What do you think?
I was thinking Maelstrom the Marine Medic.
Okay, that
back the vessel would make a lot of sense as well.
Let's see if the Dark Archon's gonna do anything at all. There's some Dark Templar.
Did he just mind control something? I think he just mind controlled something.
He did, because he doesn't have any shields.
What did he mind control? What the hell is happening? There's so many DTs, but I think Borisu just scanned and cleaned them all up.
Yep. And he is clearing Archons, and Archons are really the worst units against Terran. Any composition.
I can't believe this strategy is working right now. He's just cleaning up all of the production for Hella Bacon.
Yeah, wow. I mean, it's right on time because he's 2 base economy. Well, he doesn't have any more income, but he has a 4K bank.
Yeah. You don't gotta worry about taking extra bases when you just don't spend your money.
Look at Borisu. He's thinking 20 steps ahead. He's now making ship weapon upgrades.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, that's so good. This is when you go for battle cruisers just to style on them.
Yep, I believe that. Oh, and we're gonna have
a recall.
Another recall, but it's a tiny recall. The main.
Oh my gosh, he was going for battle cruisers. He had the physics lab and everything.
Yeah, there was a physics lab. Oh, finally we saw one vessel being used. It TMP'd. Well, now second TMP is actually effective. Yeah, from Starmix. The first TMP kind of was a whiff.
Borisu talking smack during my BC tech. I just don't see how Hella Bacon can come back from losing all of his. Like, there's still so many troops at home. Hella Bacon just threw away a lot of his army.
Yeah, I personally don't think that he can come back, because one of the downsides of, or plus sides, depending on which side you're looking at it, of Overwatch is if your main is wiped out, you don't really have a place to put all your production in another location.
Right, yeah, totally. 2-player maps. Fun time. Borisu rebuilding the physics lab. Starting to pump out those.
And there's gonna be another recall. Maybe he's gonna clear out the physics lab again. Let's see. A lot of storms going down. He's going for the armory, so he's gonna deny the ships upgrade.
Oh my gosh, that was the baddest storm I've ever seen in my life. That storm just killed like 12, a full control group of Marines.
Yeah, it's 14 kill High Templar.
That's absurd. Oh my gosh, these storms. The bloodiest day of all time. Okay, so that actually went really good. Like, I know he's probably still gonna lose because he has no production, but that was a really effective, really cost-effective recall. And considering the fact that Borisu has no money and no third base, cost-effective is really good. Like, it's totally the battle of the opposite. Borisu has no money, and Hella Bacon has no production.
Yeah, and like this time it's the Protoss army that's being very cost efficient.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
For changing this matchup.
Definitely, when you go mech, it's always the Terran army, it's always the Terran army that's being super cost efficient. Hella Bacon trying to see if there is a third base for Borisu, seeing none. Throwing down gateways at the far corners of his base. He's getting extra tech. He's throwing down the Templar archives. He's throwing down... is he throwing down a Stargate somewhere? No.
I don't see a Stargate anywhere, but he has gateways everywhere, and Nexi.
Or you can fit them in. Borisu is going to start to siege this third base of Hella Bacon, but too late, as it's already mined out.
Yeah, Hella Bacon doesn't really care about that. Also, especially because he can evacuate all the probes. But
yeah,
it seems like Borisu also found Hella Bacon's, like, what is that, 6th base? That's just being made right now. And there's going to be a group of 6 zealots that might try and stop that bio, but it's going to be a suicide mission. He's waiting for his reinforcement of 2 Dragoons and 1 Zealot.
Man,
Wow,
that to take out all the tanks, which is super nice. Or at least 3 out
I
of
was
4.
surprised by these tanks almost doing no damage at all and taking damage so fast, but they are 0-0 tanks.
Yeah, and Zell is very good against tanks, of course. This bio ball really is the scary thing at this point, though. Unless Bacon can just continue to produce High Templars and get the fattest storms of all time, I'm a little worried for him. There is the bio ball is thinning out, and of course now there's no tank support, so Storm is going to be extremely effective. Borisu kind of spread out all over the map is the thing.
And we can see also Borisu running out of cash right now.
Oh my gosh, is Borisu going to lose this game? This is absurd.
It's unbelievable to me, but he had like 3 to 4 groups of Marines for ages in Hellbacon's main base. Also, he just has army all over the map. I think if he groups and attacks, he might have a better chance, but oh, that's hilarious. Look at the top right base. DT is being blocked by a pylon.
Oh, rip that DT. Watch him kill this pylon, and then it turns out the whole time that it was the gateway blocking him, and he has to kill the gateway too.
Yeah, I wanna see him try to move this DT right now, but he doesn't seem to be doing that. Oh, yeah.
No, it was the gateway.
You killed it. Oh, now look at the mind games. He can morph a Dark Archon so that he can pop his High Templar out of his cap. Sickest place.
Borisu just now deciding to take a third base at 27:30. Let's see if he can hold it against Hello Bacon.
Bringing his bio, and Hello Bacon just... Yeah, he's counted that with an observer, and that's Storm.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
these storms.
Now the science vessel did its job, but a bit too late, I'm gonna say.
Actually the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Hellbacon doesn't care. He's taking Borisu's...
LOL indeed.
He's taking Borisu's natural third base.
Look at all these units that he still has, though. Like, look at his third, look at Hello Bacon's third, look at Hello Bacon's old main. There's like 3 control groups worth of Marine Medic that he could just use to go attack right now, but he does not seem to know that they're there.
And the ones that were in the main, I think that's what lost him the game, because there were 3 or 4 control groups full of bio in his main for a very long time. Because there was a point where Hellbacon had no army and no production.
Yeah, and he could have just went and won the game if he hadn't sent his Marine Medic out.
Well, yeah, and also moved the M&M from Hellbacon's main base. Now he realizes now he's moving the bio from Hellbacon's main base.
Zealot's coming in, trying to engage these tanks and a few Marines. Not gonna quite get... Oh my god, 6 storms again. Storming the SCVs.
And Boris is just deciding to evacuate the base for... Okay, so he's pulling back the SCVs.
Yeah, there's an 11 kill Archon. Obviously that was all storms, but there's an Archon here that's gonna just come rip up this mineral line if he doesn't evacuate.
Yeah, if the Archon focused the SCVs, he'll be at like 25 kills probably right now. Like, look at that, 16, 17, 18.
Oh my gosh, Archons are so sick.
Archon's like better than storming the SCV.
Honestly, dude. Especially after they've already been stormed. Look at that, he just killed that entire mineral line in like 10 seconds.
25 kills on this Archon. 11 of that was SCVs from the storms. The rest 14 was just the Archon doing Archon things.
That was a hero Archon. I don't care what anybody says, man.
And Hellbacon still has like 10k bank. Why is this game? I can honestly not post.
I don't know, but you know what? Borisu, with 10 workers saying, you know what, I'm going to stay in this game, man. I don't know. I got a shot.
Yep, it's the Terran Spirit. I still have an SCV, so there's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance. We got 2 Zealots coming in. Oh, there's a lot more stuff. I didn't even see that group coming into the north.
Seems like that's gonna spell the end of the game, I believe. Now Boris is back at 6 SCVs.
No, dude, he's still got 6 whole SCVs. What do you mean, man?
Yeah, why would he quit? How big is bringing probes to the fight?
It's theoretically possible.
So, just Borisu has had 6 SCVs, then Halbekin killed one, and just Borisu had 6 SCVs again, because despite his everything else, he's still making SCVs. Like, honestly, I don't think that he has nothing not to make, but he has 56 minerals.
I just can't believe 6 storms down by the 3rd base, or the 6th base. I don't even know how many bases there are anymore. But pretty much wiping out the rest of Borisu's forces. He's got a decent amount up here, but most of his supply is in dropships.
And he has right now only 1 SCV mining. 1 SCV mining, 1 SCV repairing, and 3 SCVs slacking. Where are the 6 SCVs? Where's the other 3?
They gotta be in the main, right? Yeah, there's one
2.
making supply depots.
And there's one making supply. Oh, yeah, and there are 2 by the supply depots, but where's the 3rd one? I think that's the real story of the game. Let's find the 3rd SCV.
That's the important thing at this point.
Yep. No, honestly, where is the 3rd SCV?
Oh, it's mining gas.
Oh, yes, there it is. So
and this gonna be it for Hello Bacon. Good game, well played. Bio not so great against Terran. Or Bio not so great against Protoss.
I mean, you say that, but I believe just Boris had a very good chance after wiping out that whole main.
Yeah, that was really good. And then it just didn't matter. Like, the storms were so good. The storms were absolute no production. If he had transitioned into BCs, that's how you win it. Borisu with the fantasy GG timing here says, come up my main. I dare you.
He's waiting these 2 High Templars at the 3 o'clock. Okay. He says GG.
Now,
and leaves the game.
Just in disbelief that he didn't win that game.
I mean, look at the resource discrepancy.
Oh my gosh. Hella Bacon doubling up Borisu.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try and switch my provider, see if that's gonna fix some of the lag for game 2. Right. And I'll be right back. Okay, let's get back into the game. I hope the issue with my connection is resolved. What's going on, Boris? My internet sucks. It's what's going on. It's being way too unstable, so I had to switch providers twice, and I think I finally got one that's sort of working. Hopefully the replays will not have as much lag this time. Okay, let's get back into the games. Okay, game 2 is hosted. It's on... What was the second map for this week? While waiting for the list to come, I will take that up and I'll update the score for it now. Game is hosted list. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know what was the map for this week? Overwatch, and then
Fighting Spirit was second,
and then
and then Talcross.
Yeah.
I want to say, yeah.
I believe that is correct. Okay, so let's go into game number 2. It's 1-0 for Hello Bacon. Let's see if he can bring it up, and more importantly, let's see if Boris will go for bio again.
Yeah, that's the important thing. I want to see some crazy stuff from Borisu.
Okay, so map is Fighting Spirit, it's PvT.
In the bottom right, we have our Magenta Protoss Hello Bacon.
And in the bottom left, we got our Terran player, Boris, playing in navy blue. And I like them. They played in top versus bottom, so if you don't like Magenta versus navy, you can switch to red versus blue.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, you're definitely a showman. But we've got Boris in the chat. The legend going for bio. I think game 1 was...
That was a pretty legendary move, yeah.
It was a pretty good game, and I think you had a good chance to win that game.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think you had a really good chance to win that game.
Okay, so far so standard. Protoss should be throwing a simulator soon, and we see Terran having gas before Protoss. That's an interesting thing. I just noticed that Hello Bacon scouted after his gateway. Do you think it's a reaction of the fact that he saw bio being used last game and he just wants to see scout Borisu as fast as possible, or do you think it's what he usually goes for?
If it is a reaction, I think it's a little bit of a mistake because they're always going to be able to chase you. Like, there's no way you keep your probe alive until the 6-minute mark when Borisu started
Yeah,
started throwing down
nine
extra barracks, right?
Yep.
So I think that's just what he does, but I'm not sure. You never know. It's T3. Hello Bacon going for 2 gate yet again. 10-15 gate.
I mean, it's a safe build. It puts you a bit behind, but it's a safe build in general, so...
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Ooh, the SCV got a kill in the base. That's the thing about this. In Hal Bacon's base. Got 1 kill, and now he's dead.
Worth it though. As soon as you can get a kill, it's like, alright, we're good.
Yeah, Hal Bacon losing 2 probes right now. Trying to scout what's going on, and I mean, against Zerg, yes, it's fine, you can send a few workers, but against a Terran, every unit that Terran has is ranged. Even SCVs are ranged, do you know that?
Even SCVs are ranged?
Yep, they are, like, in the Brood War backend, they are considered as ranged units with range 0.
That is so funny.
So Zealots,
Dark Swarm.
Yeah, Zealots, for example, are melee units, and they can deal damage under Dark Swarm, but SCVs can't because they're ranged with range 0.
Oh my god.
Brood War. I mean, so tell me that you don't love that game engine.
Yeah, dude, they just did whatever. They really just rolled out.
Yeah, that's the thing about games in the 90s.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, let's make that game and make it good, it doesn't really matter how. Rather than, let's make that game and see if we can sell a bunch of, like, in-game mini-transaction stuff. Boris is not repairing this bunker with the correct amount of SCVs. And this bunker might go down. It's very close, and the tank is not really helping to fend out the dragoons. Now he realizes, and he...
Now he gets it.
Yeah, I think that bunker is safe.
Hello Bacon could have done a little bit better job pressuring. Even though it was a bunker expand, like 10-15 gate, you want to have... Oh my gosh, can he snipe that tank? Borisu going for Siege, which is really definitely the safe move. Hello Bacon trying to get a little bit more damage on that bunker, but not able to pull it off without losing a Dragoon.
Yeah, it was close, but definitely well executed by Borisu. I was a bit worried about him for a second there. And Hello Bacon this time not doing the same mistake when he was applying the aggression. I mean, yeah, sure, his worker count is not the best, but he is macroing this time. Like, we now see him go to 250 minerals, which is okay, not the end of the world. And he just made 2 dragoons, yeah. So he's spending his money this time while attacking. That's definitely an interesting place for the Robo facility. And Boris is gonna try to sneak out some vultures on the map, but 2 of them are already dying and 1 of them being severely damaged by the dragoons. Let's see if how Bacon can defend that. I believe they can sneak. Yeah, there's a gap. And 4 vultures managed to get 1 probe. I'm not quite sure this was worth it.
Borisu doing a good job making SEVs, even if he's not necessarily doing the best job spending his money, though. Like, he's got almost 10 SEVs up on Hella Bacon.
Yeah. And we see Borisu now going for a starport again.
Is this just the play? Is this just what Borisu does? Go for the starport and then go for...
I mean, I'm not sure, because like last game he did not. Yeah, it unfortunately it's not gonna be the 5 racks play. Last game he didn't have 2 machine shops, and now we can see him going to a 3rd factory, which I gotta say is a bit surprising for Borisu in TVP.
Yeah, he's just playing almost standard.
But we can see him going for that control tower again, so definitely some aggression will be going on. What if he goes cloak rage this game?
That would be
I'm
the
going
greatest.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time.
I mean, he might lose even harder than he did with his bio play, but I think if he goes for cloak raids, honestly, he's gonna be my favorite P3 player. Like bio and raids, 2 games.
That would be, you know, at that point, I'd be convinced Borisu's just trolling.
What were the rosters for this week? It was Borisu is from Samyang Fire, if my memory serves me right. So you imagine Samyang's Fire coach next week. Be like, who should we send? He sends Borisu again in the TVP, just so that the other Terrans can play standard and like mindfuck all the tier 3 processes from their opponent's team.
The question is, will his opponent watch this stream and see that he goes crazy?
I mean, what even a question is that? Like, obviously they're gonna watch. We've got the CPL caster released here. You're just not allowed not to watch a stream when you're streaming. So, big yeah. Okay, so we're going to 3 dropships from Borisu. And some very sparse army in Hellbacon's main. Going to take to Arbiter, and I like it this time. He is taking to an Arbiter on 5 bases, on 5 gates, and he's taking also a 3rd base, which is already showing better game flow. These dropships are now moving. Let's see. I think that's gonna be Goliath drops.
Goliath drop.
Yeah, there's 2 Goliaths and 2 Vultures in one of the dropships, 2 tanks in another one, and the 3rd dropship is just empty. I think the 3rd dropship's suspect. But look at that play! Hella Bacon has an observer that's spotting for these drops. What even?
What a baller. These guys are really reading each other's minds.
I believe like everyone else is everyone else is playing some different game. These dudes are playing 5D chess.
These guys are playing 5D chess indeed.
And like Hella Bacon. Okay, so Hella Bacon managed to counter what Borisu was doing. Killed all the dropships, but despite that, he's killing one of the pylons at his 3rd. He's thinking ahead, I'm telling you. And he's building a 2nd robo at his 3rd. What's that gonna be for? It's not a PVZ, so I'm not gonna say reverse, or maybe he's thinking that Boris is gonna go for the bio play again. He's building reverse at his conditional bases.
Oh, he must think it's bio, right?
I mean,
If he's
yeah,
getting...
so far he just saw a few siege tanks and these dropships, but he didn't see what was in the dropships.
He's doing a good job keeping Borisu from getting this third base, though.
Yeah. Boris already has the third base complete, it's just a matter of getting rid of these Dragoons, which might prove troublesome. Because it's honestly a thing that requires... It requires some, like, good micro from the Terran Fair. Like you can just go up the ramp, you can just siege your tanks. Although right now, I believe... Okay, he has vision, but before that, Hellbacon could have just run with these ults down the ramp. And we can see Boris trying to leapfrog, but also his tanks are a bit out of position. But that should be enough. Like, his mech army is just strong. And Hellbacon, I think, committing more forces to that denial. Boris just needs a few siege tank on top of the cliff. Let's see if he can do that. Okay, so I think Boris, after taking heavy losses, can now get his third base finally. Hellbacon just does not have an army. Like this time his macro slipped, he was not producing units while that thing was going on. He just realized and killed a bunch of units, and these could have been out already. But he's doing a good job, he's taking a 4 base while all of this is happening. And
yeah, he's doing what he needs to do.
Terran on 3 bases versus Protoss on 4 bases, pretty good chance for it. Like it's I won't say anyone is in an advantage or a disadvantage right now. But I think Borisu was doing a very good job making SCVs right up until you said that he was doing a good job, because he was at 33 and now he's at 39. And that was about 7-8 minutes ago. Okay, so we are having a science facility, but we're not having a second armory being built. I wonder if that science facility is gonna be just for the... Oh, look at the look at the Stargate.
The Stargate.
Yeah, to take a moment to admire what's there. Don't just go out of the Stargate.
Oh my god, scouts. We've officially seen it all.
Yeah, we saw Dark Archons, now we saw Scouts. Is there a single unit out of the Protoss arsenal that we have not seen? A Reaver maybe, and that's it. But wow, I wonder if that Scout was a misclick. Oh no, he's just scouting with the Scout. Seems legit. Is that a complete wall at Hellbacon's 4th base? think villagers might still be able to get into the main. Oh, I called it. Oh no, where's that? That's in the science facility. Okay. So we have the standard 3 E-base again. No, it's 4 E-base this time. He's mixing it up. But look at the science facility. And more importantly, look at the third CC's add-on.
Oh my god, no.
He's
really going for nukes.
He's research cloaked just now as well, so...
This guy is such a savage.
I love it.
He's really gonna go for nuke drops.
Nuke drops with EMP, I believe, because he made one science vessel. Oh, he's making a second one right now. He's using this engineering base like meat shield. He just has one floating over his third base. Three over his natural choke. And that observer is just outside of range and cannot quite see the cover tops. By the way, that is that's if you're going for ghosts in PvT, like not that many of you ever do, but that upgrade right now in particular is quite a bad one. Oh, the scout is getting recalled.
I love T3 games, man.
They are great.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, eBay structure guns fire, exactly. They're your mutants.
Borisy really does play it like it's an FFA.
Yeah. I mean, his style is unique, definitely. He has the nuke ready. Does he have any ghosts out yet? No, I don't think he has it. I mean, he had a ghost, but the ghost was killed and he does not have a barracks. So he needs to rebuild his barracks first in order to make ghosts. Let's see. So how they can at this point? Oh yeah, he's going for. Can't quite find it, but he is going for a global support bay. Oh, there it is, over the. Of course, it's over the robotics facility at the third base. Boris tried to sneak a ninja expansion with one dropship and one ICV, but it didn't really work out for him. Maybe if he tried to sneak the base at 12 o'clock, that would have been better. It's still not scouted. Has not ever been scouted. And he's now researching EMP, so he might go for the... And he rebuilt his barracks, so he might go for the EMP. A nuke combo.
Oh my god. Hella Bacon has so many probes. I didn't even realize that until right now.
Yeah, that is quite a lot. But I believe he does have quite a few probes, but he doesn't have the income that he can have because excuse me, about 20 of these probes are idle at the nitro. He's going for the middle base. I think that's Hellbacon's way of saying to Borisu, this game is over. Because he did that last time too. He took every single base, including Borisu's third base. I wonder where is Borisu gonna decide to nuke.
Yeah, he's got to nuke somewhere fast though, because he's slowly giving up the entire map to Hellbacon.
I mean, I think that he's really what he wants to do this game is send the nuke, and then I think it's safe to say GG, but not before that.
Exactly, and until he gets the nuke down,
Yep.
there is no GG.
And we see 5 cannons going at the middle base.
Just in case.
And now that the dropships are going loaded with the 2 ghosts in case one of them dies. And supported by the science vessels. So we might get that new KMP combo, let's see. 6 dropships are going in. Yeah, we had the EMP, and now we'll have, I believe, the nuke.
Can he even click on this ghost right now to nuke everything though? I literally cannot even see it. Okay, he's got a couple of them there. Let's see if he can nuke them.
He should have box like.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Yep, there we go. I think we're gonna see the same thing this game as we saw it last game. Hellbacon's main base is gonna go down.
But
Because-
he is still gonna win the game, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got so many. It's even less effective this time because he's got so many gateways and another main.
Yeah, he's got like 9, 11 gates.
But on the bright side, Borisu did get the nuke EMP combo off, so it's fine.
We saw a nuke, and he's going for another one. Like, he's addicted to these nukes. Although he has to remake the ghost as well, or use the other ghost, because the first ghost died from the nuke splash. Seems like we had a recall in the Borisu's main base, so Hellbacon's saying, oh no, it was not a recall, all the mines are clear, so it was just Hellbacon's units A-moved up the ramp, like any honorable process does. And Hellbacon's gonna go for the carriers, I believe. He has 4 Stargates and a fleet beacon. The second game we see Protoss main being wiped out, but it's a bit too late. Like last time it was good, especially because it was a 2-player map, but right now it's not as
The
effective.
base trades are just not good for Terran. Like, I don't think Borisu really cares about winning, but he got what he wanted out of this game. He got the nukes off. He
Yeah.
had some fun.
He threw an EMP before that, which is surprisingly harder to do than it sounds. Throw an EMP before the nuke, but yeah, he definitely had fun this game. Oh, look, a probe and an SCV are fighting for the 6 o'clock expansion. but the SCV got killed by Zelt. Protoss making
Rip.
this unfair by bringing some army units. Oop.
Nuclear launch detected.
We just had the second nuke being launched. Where is it though? Where's the ghost?
Oh, it's at the third base of Hella Bacon.
Yep.
Oh, everything goes down, including the Nexus. Sick plays from Borisu.
Job well done, Borisu. But the ghost was just cleared. Boris is gonna float the CC that he built into at the 6 o'clock to Bacon's old main base. And it's probably gonna burn down there. Boris in the chat saying about this game is just silly at this point. I mean it is, but it's fun. And now we might get... Do you have any arbiters? No, we don't have arbiters. He's not even producing carriers. So it will be quite hard to break into... Yeah, Hellbacon just does not have vision and these siege tanks are doing its job. Definitely funny swap matters. Like, why do you think people play fastest maps at all? Because you don't care about the games, they just want to have fun.
It's all about the fun. It's all about the fun. Borisu got a lot of tanks up here, so it will be fun to see how he... Oh, he's got drops coming in. He's gonna try and drop this other main.
Yeah, and that's just as the carriers are being produced, so it's not gonna be great. Okay, he's unloading. There are 3 dragoons, and I think that gateway rallies might be enough, but
Not quite enough, but the second gateway rally should be enough to clean it, and then that's pretty much GG for Borisu.
yeah.
Well, I mean, as much as it wasn't already GG for Borisu.
I mean, he still has 25 SCVs, man. You know he doesn't quit until he has single digits.
You gotta kill every last SCV.
Yep, that's the game.
Oh, you D-Matrix to Zealot. I'm dead.
I mean, it's better than D-Matrix, the Observer. Oh, well, what is he doing? He's saying GG with 25 SCVs.
What is this? Borisu, what are you doing, man? Tell us in chat. The game's gotta have a narrative, dude. Alright.
He do have a narrative. You went for nukes. You managed to execute your nukes.
Tapped out. That's all you need.
Yeah. Okay, game 2 is gonna be Grimfang versus Kevlarts. The map is Overwatch. Game is hosted. I'm gonna pick the scores while you join. So we are back to score 0-0. It's gonna be another PvT.
I'm
On
excited.
Overwatch. I'm surprised that it's another PvT because honestly, with Overwatch being the first map, I think Zerg is quite strong on Overwatch.
Zerg is?
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you why. So ZVZ basically is a Clown Fiesta no matter how. We already know that. But ZVT, look at that, all of that airspace that Terra needs to defend. It wants to defend 2-hatch mutant. And that's generally very good for the Zerg. And on top of that, they also have that wedge that they can hide the mutus behind the natural base. So ZVT on this map is really good, and ZVP, if the Zerg manages to make the Protoss scared and so deny some vision, so the Protoss play safe. Lurker contains on this map because like the Protoss has only 2 places to get outside of this base, and one of them is like that really really narrow bridge. You can't really use that if it has lurkers on the other side. So I'm sort of surprised that we don't see that many Zergs, or we have not seen any Zergs right now.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little bit surprised as well.
I think part of it could be because it's tier 3 and making, like, I'm not trying to say anything on tier 3, but as a person who makes the lineups every week, I can say that honestly our team struggles a bit with the race balance, because it seems like in tier 3 there's a lot of players of 1 race or 2 races, but there's usually like not a very good ratio balance.
Oh, totally.
So unfortunately CPL is not the huge league that we would want it to be, and have like a really big pool of players that you can send every week. Sometimes
yeah, that's the downside to playing such an old game, is it'll never be the same as I don't know. It'll never be like some kind of League of Legends league where there's a billion people in it, but it's a good little community.
Yeah. The downside of League of Legends is the community is, because it's so huge and it sort of like is anonymous. The League of Legends community especially is super toxic. You can't really get that with Brood War. I mean, there's some smack going here and there, but yeah, people are enough that we all know each other.
Exactly. Well, like if you're toxic, you at least get called out for it. Grimfang, kind of
being over defensive
here. Yeah, he seems like a Terran that has been abused by Protoss in the past.
Yeah, I like that he made that bunker in his base blind.
Exactly, there was no 2-gate coming or anything yet.
And it's 3rd minute, like we're not even at the 4th minute mark yet, and he has 2 turrets. I don't know if he's defending from shuttles or Dark Templars, but neither of that can be out in 3 minutes.
Just in case.
I mean, it's better to play safe than not play at all, so I definitely know his motivation. And he seems to be a very chill player. Look at he's rocking at 30 APM. Okay, so Protoss doing some aggression. More than paying off right now. I believe these 6 Marines might be able to... Yeah, they will be able to clear everything, but... Protoss going for a 2nd base, and it's already 10 workers ahead. Oh, I think we were just channeling the Terran spirit here. Grimfang is also going for a second barracks.
It's so funny. If he really wanted to be so safe that he put the bunker down blind, he could have just put the bunker on the low ground and then taken a natural behind it. But no, he's like, all right. He's like, how do you even play against this stupid race?
Yeah, it is some PTSD. Yeah. It is. I think it very much looks like what the PvT games used to be at the start of Brood War. So to me, it signals that Grimfang is possibly quite a new player, which is great. Like CPL is very good for newcomers because he can learn so much. Like Father was a new player 2 weeks ago, and now he's a coach.
Exactly, dude. Father's improved so fast, it's crazy.
I know. Like, I joined CPO last. Like, I joined during CPO 4. I missed the first 3, and I think Father was there for a second time. He was in tier 2, maybe he was tier 3. I don't know, like the CPO 3. But yeah, when I was matched against Father, I think Dragon was one of our coaches, and he said, yeah, basically, good luck, but don't really expect it to win any games.
Yeah, he's pretty freaking good. He's pretty freaking good.
So we have 8 supply versus 41.
This is looking pretty good for our boy Kevlar Bars. Probably, I'm gonna say, gonna take it home.
I believe so, but we still have 5 SCVs mining, and you know, the game's never over.
Yeah, exactly. You got an SCV, you got a dream.
Indeed. You can rebuild your base, or if you have an SCV on a dropship, as we saw Boris last game, you can build bases over the map.
Four Dragoons, pretty good against Marines. Being able to one-shot them, of course, unless you're big brain like Borisu and get the armor upgrade.
I mean, it did pay off, that armor. Marines were so
Dude,
tanky.
it really did. Those Marines were trading so effectively. Grimfang. I think I'm dead. Good game. Good game.
He managed to read the situation, so well done.
Well played. Well played.
Okay, I think we should go into game number 2, although... Is it that Grimfang is not leaving the game, or Kevlar? Yeah.
I think it's that Grimfang's not leaving the game.
Yeah.
He's saying, just making sure there's a game 2. Just gotta make sure.
Yeah, Kevlar's too busy microing his goons, he can't even answer.
He can't respond. Yeah. Alright, I guess Grimfang's left after that. Alright, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go on.
I overestimated my ability to stay up effectively. So, if you want to keep going, I would not take offense, but I think I'm going to pass out, my guy.
Alright, you go ahead and take some rest. You
Yeah, sorry about that. It's like 2 a.m. here, and I'm like, oh man, I'm no rapid. I can't stay up indefinitely. Right.
No CPL after dark for you. Okay. Thanks for joining us, Least. Go rest now.
Yeah, I'm just...
and I'm gonna continue the cast. Hopefully my internet connection is good enough. Especially now without the additional overhead. Ooh, what is going on? Oh, yeah, that's game 2. Should I even update the score? Let me update the score. So score is 1-0 for our Protoss player Kevlar, spawning here at the bottom left position. And at the bottom right we have Grimfang, our 10 player. Maybe they played before. Okay, that's good. As I was saying, CPL is a very good league for more newer players. And seems like Grimfang has been pricing, which is good. You know, play against friends. You should maybe start playing against CPL people from your tier. That will definitely help you improve faster. But saying that, I only came back to Brood War. When was it? When did I come back? I came up about 6 months after the Remastered was released. I didn't really play Brood War before that. And the only time when I played Brood War was 2005 to about 2007, so I played Brood War for 2 years, and then I came back in, I don't know, what was it, 2017 maybe, 2018. And these 2 years when I was playing before, I was only playing against friends as well, as Grimfang did. And yeah, I mean, it's always fun if you have players to your friends are at the similar level to play. Them like clearly showcased by my 2 years playing Brood War. But if you really want to improve, you gotta play against players that are slightly better than you, and most likely that's not your friends if they're really not taking the game seriously. And we weren't when we were playing. We didn't care. As I was saying earlier, having fun is the most important thing, rather than actually winning games. Like, winning games is something that comes after that. Just learn to have fun and like know your units first. Don't kill a bunch of stuff. So right now, if the Terran player had not queued all these things, he could have gone for a supply depot and factory. And we're gonna see 3 Marines against 1 Zeld, which should be good, but not if the Marines are spaced out. Seems like he is not noticing that in time. Another thing that helps to some extent, like it doesn't help greatly, is like warm up your hands, spam, click at different things on the map in the game, boost your APM a bit. And I'm saying that, and like my APM is really low, but and I'm one of the believers of APM, doesn't really matter, but it does to some extent. Like, you need about 120, maybe 150 APM to start playing the game. And then from then on it's a lot of clicking, and yes, it's better if you're faster, but it doesn't really matter that much. So that's it. I still need to improve my APM, but it's okay. And we're gonna see, I think, the same stuff that we saw last game, just some builds into gun aggression. And as I was saying, to my belief, like I was obviously not playing during these times, as I just explained when I was playing Brood War. But during the start of the game, from what I hear from players that have been playing for quite a while, seems to be that exactly this thing that Grimfang is saying in chat, Protoss is true. And it used to be like that until players realized that you can do so much with Terran, pretty much. If you're not Borisu, you can disregard the mech plays for pretty much altogether, and you don't need more than 3 Marines, or maybe at most, per game. And from then on, you just go into your bunch of factories, because mech units are so cost efficient and so much better than Protoss units, like Protoss gateway units. It's can't even begin to describe. And it's pretty clear that Protoss is a very big advantage this game. But as I was saying, mech units are strong. Let's see if our Terran player can do something here. He is a bit behind on the worker count. You can see that he's not making SCVs constantly. That's another really important thing that you have to do. Protoss is a bit late on transferring pros to his natural. And yeah, you don't really need that. As I was saying, Boris did it last game, like last series, but let's just say it like that. Borisu has quite some experience doing these kind of builds, and that's why he's doing them. They are not necessarily great, but hey, you can mix it up every now and then. You just need to know how. Okay, Protoss is going for a very quick start gate, I gotta say. Or is it normal? It's not that fast, but it's only on 2 gateways again. Let's see if he's gonna go up the ramp after killing this Dragoon. I believe he currently has enough units that he can, if he wants to, he busts the ramp. But so far, it's not what we're seeing. Seems like we might have some DP drops from Gillards. See if I can find another cast. Okay, sorry about that. I was AFK on Discord trying to see if anyone wants to co-cast with me. And that DT drops inbound, and the turn player does not really have energy right now, so these DTs I believe are gonna be huge. Because you can't see them, and as Rapid has said many times, turns out that invisible units are pretty good if you can't see them. And are these DTs able to... Oh, is he gonna try it? Oh no, he got energy first scan knife, so he was gonna do the strategy where he splashes some of his own units in order to kill the DTs. And that was something that I used to do in Starcraft 2. Quite a lot, DT drops. So honestly, they were pretty good in Liberty. They can work. Oh yeah, he is splashing his own. Like you can see, he doesn't see the DT, but he is attacking his comsat station. And because he was attacking his comsat station, and the DT was attacking the comsat station, the DT was taking damage from the splash tank. Tank splash, and the DT just died. But we're going for relatively quickly recall. I would honestly usually prefer to go stasis before recall, but given that Starcraft does not really have a natural base, the prospector has not scouted the whole map, so he doesn't really know that the Terran does not have a base. But let's suppose that he knows Terran's only on one base, which is a fair assumption. In this case. In that situation, I think yes, okay. A fast recall makes sense, especially because he saw that the Terran's a bit lacking on the detection. So getting up ramps with goons is not a very good thing, because we know goons' natural enemy is the ramp. And if there are tanks on top of the ramp, it's almost next to impossible. So he going for that recall and arbiters makes sense, because all you need to do is just get one arbiter into the Terran base, recall your army, which hopefully should have some zealots at the point of the recall, and you are pretty safe. And I think the Protoss will close the game if with the first recall, by possible. Another thing that the Terran could be doing, I'm not saying that to throw some smack on him, I'm saying that because I saw that he confirmed in chat that he's, like, not in our chat, but game chat, he confirmed that he is a pretty new player. So another thing that you should be doing is try to have constant SCV production. Get your CC at a control group, so press control and number on the keyboard, and then build SCVs, constantly build SCVs. That is quite an important skill set. His constant station now has 2 scanners, and if he goes for some these DTs again away from the turrets, he needs to do them away from the turrets, but he's like he's gonna lose the field. So if he had flown from that side of the base, from the DTs, so he forces the turret to use some scans. Let's say by no, you can't really do much, because maybe attacking this factory will trigger the turret to use some scans. If you see that there are armies over there, attacking the army is pretty good as well. But other than that, the Terran player has good detection. If DTs manage to sneak in the base over here, they might attack that supply depot and the academy, I believe, without being detected. That supply depot, I'm not really sure. But it seems like the Terran player burned 2 of his scans already. We have about 6 probes being gathered for the recall. I'm not quite sure why that is. Perhaps just a missed rally point. Let's see where that probe's gonna go after a some building. No, that rally point's correct. That rally points seem to be not set, so that's okay as well. Maybe the main nexus is a miss rally. And he just realized these probes were here. He's backing them off. Good decision, good decision. Because honestly, as I said, I still don't know how probes can be used effectively in recalls. There's only one viable strategy where you use a probe in a recall, and that's for a total recall. It's when you use a probe to go over your army, mineral lock it, and then press stop when it's in the middle of your army, so that your army starts to glitch and is gathering. And if you do that, you can stack your army, and then you just recall that stack, and then you bring a lot of units. The recall seems like there's an arbiter trying to see an opening for a recall, and he's gonna go for it right now. Okay, so recalls are way more effective if you recall Zealots as well, because like Zealots don't take that much damage each time. So in a way, Zealots are first the units that do good damage against each time. They're also something that soaks up the damage, while Dragoons can do what they want to do, which is bring chaos in the main base. So if he stacks again that lump and recalls these 3 Zealots with the Goons, he will be good. That was quite a tiny recall, I gotta say. But we see at this point that the process has 200 supply to Terran's 50. And with Terran's going bio, which... okay, he took the non-short smash. But yeah, going bio when executing that kind of strategy is really not something that you want to do. And the Terran player is now going for some scans. Manages to see that pro transfer and confirms the third base, but at this point I think it's pretty safe to assume that the Protoss player would have a third base up and running. Protoss Amphibious, he has lucky detection that he now has 2 bases. So he has a few scans. He can the ghost. And right now he was just like saying, yeah, whatever, I'm maxed, I should just go. I think he's gonna go for another recall, maybe? Yeah, another tiny recall, but I think it's gonna be enough. Because, like, you get the siege tanks that are really bringing pain to you and preventing you from getting another round. So he needs to tank that tank right now. It's pretty much game over. And I think we are close to this game being over. These 2 probes are not mining into gas. It's a bit hard. If the simulator is still being... okay, you just noticed that. But if the simulator is still being warped in and you click on it, even if you click gather and then left click on the simulator, probes will not start mining. You can use the gather micro though in another way, so if gas building is being built, you can use gather and left click so that your workers still ignore unit collision when going to that. And we had the GG from our Terran player, just confirming that the game's over, and yeah, the Terran player is throwing the GG scans, and that will be a game. So far we have both Protoss players taking the wins for their respective teams. And I will fix the scores as I go into the next game. All the replays again are spoiler free, and we are gonna have a PvZ this time. Quake is, I think, another one of the casters, so we're gonna have a caster buddy this time. It's gonna be a ZVP. Does not play on top versus bottom, but we have black zero black. No, black versus black players, cool. In top left corner we have our zero player Renegade X. And bottom right corner we have our Protoss player in the black Bitcoin. I will now go ahead and fix the overlay. Overlay is 00. done. And so far we are at Operations Indecision versus Samyang Fire. We casted Hell Bacon versus Borisu, which was 2-0 for Hell Bacon, so that was 1 point for Operation Indecision. And then we hosted Kevlards versus Grimfang, which was another 2-0 for Protoss player from Operation Indecision, Grimfang. So good job in Operation Indecision. Going 2-0 right now. And in this game, so Renegade is not really sending their Overlord to the left player's main base. And we are going for Forge Expand. But I was saying, this game we have Quick Com from Operation Indecision versus Renegade X from Samyang Fire. Probe is here to see everything that's going on. We had a 6 pull from the Zerg player. I'm sorry I missed that. It usually signals quite an aggressive play from the Zergs, but in this case it was a macro 6 pull. So a tip for all the tier 3 Zerg players out there: you start of the game, that's for every race. Start of the games, the first like 2 to 3 minutes of the game are really important. And it is probably what you play over and over and over again, so it's very important to get that thing right. And what I was gonna say here is, as a Zerg player, if you do a very early pull, basically skip drones to make your pull, that will usually mean that you want to be aggressive. So after you do your pull, you want to save your larva and then build links right away to go and try to catch the Protoss player off guard. But if that's not the case, you can make your pull at 9 and then gas, which is a pretty aggressive opener. It's 9 pull gas. Or you can do you can go up to 9 drones, then go for an Overlord, then go for a pull. It's pretty safe, it's called overpull. Or another thing that is a bit greedy is you can go up to 9 drones, go get an Overlord, go get some more drones again, and then on 12 supply before throwing down your pull, you can throw a hatchery. That is the greediest build there is as an opener for your second building. There is also a build where you go for pull and then hatchery, but that one is a bit worse. There's also now an 11 hatch, but try to nail a few, like 1 or 2 at most at the same time, if you are a bit newer into the game. Okay, so Protoss player is staying in the Zerg's main base, which is quite important. It's monitoring that gas mine. And the Protoss player just managed to see the layer timing. That's quite big news. And what happened there is the Protoss player started mining the layer being started and decided to go back into the base. Yes, while this is good, one thing that you want to make sure is after you see the layer, you need to stay in the Zerg base for a sufficient amount of time that you pretty much know that they are going for the layer. Because what some Zergs do sometimes is go for a layer so that your probe leaves the base, then cancel the layer and go for a Hydro then. is a very sneaky strategy that some Zerg players do. It is a possible strategy. It seems like the Pros players going standard so far, skipping the mineral count a bit high. But the Zerg player, I think because of that very early pool that he didn't really make any use of, is quite far economically. You can see that the Zerg player is now going for third base, which in PvZ, as a Zerg player, you can generally go for the third base relatively early. You can sometimes go for third base before even building any links, but do not ever try to go for the third base before you build your pool, because yes, while it's a build that can pay off sometimes, it's easy to counter by pros, and I would not recommend it for your players. Okay, so he is doing some job with overlords right now. He's spreading them. Maybe he's spreading it as a response to that Corsair now being out on the map and bringing quite the destruction to the player, but it is kind of on him. Sometimes when you go... Okay, he's going for Hydroden right now. Hydroden, this is not Starcraft 2, so Hydroden does not require layer, so you can go build your Hydroden off a hatchery tech and try to defend your overlords right now. Another very standard response is you don't really want to take two gases, because like look at all the gas that the Zerg has. The only build versus Protoss that uses two gases is to hatch Muta. And you try to go for a very quick layer and then a very quick spire, and then with all the gas that you have and all the larva, you go for Mutalisks. This can sometimes also catch Protoss players off guard. Not as much, but the most standard build is go for one gas, go for a layer, and go for a spire. And pretty much your layer and spire is done on time, so that you can produce some Scourge and drive away all these Corsairs that are currently being annoying. Because the Protoss player does need quite a big number of Corsairs if they want to be safe against Scourge. But right now, Protoss managed to bring down most of the Overlords by the Zerg player. And I don't really want to call a game too soon, but with that high of a supply block plus the early gateway cannot really do this anymore. With that supply block right now, with the early economy disadvantage, I believe that the Protoss will take this game. And Protoss taking into Templar Archives right now, and might go for these Templars real soon. Has +1 done already, which is very key upgrade. Zeld leg speed is a bit late, but that's okay. So Zerg player went for some army, but usually as a Zerg player, unless you're doing a very dedicated aggression early on, you want to try to not produce army units or produce as little army units as possible before you really need to, and then when you really need to is you want to have an overlord protect base or somewhere on their attack path, and whenever you see that their army is coming to your base, that's usually when you should produce army. But I like what the Zerg's doing right now. Zerg's trying to take another base. But he's not doing a very good job of macroing, or producing many workers, and that I thought that this was oversaturated. And it sort of is. So you can pull like 2-3 drones and send them to your main base. Probably 2 to the third, 1 to the main. And then you'll have quote unquote optimal. You can always go for more drones. The more drones, the better. Ask Jagan. Yeah, that's a safe number of stairs now. One trick that you can do with your... I don't know if this gateway is not gonna produce a Dragoon over here, and then Dragoon will be stuck forever. But one trick that you can do with your Corsairs is you can take your Corsairs in a group with one probe that is somewhere stuck, maybe behind the mineral line over here. And that way, all your Corsairs will be forced to stack on top of one another, and they will attack close to the same time, which is very effective against Scourge. Because if your Corsairs are sparse like that, the Scourge, even if you have 7 like he does right now, the Scourge will get the front ones, no matter what. They will not take enough damage, so they will die before they connect. But last series I was saying how we don't really get to see many Zergs on this map, and we do right now. So I'm happy. Engagement going on in the center of the map, but really with that supply discrepancy was not like, I know I'm here and I'm supposed to hype it up, but it was quite obvious what was gonna happen. So sorry about not. Oh, instead we can watch that Dragoon not being able to exit from the gateway right now. Oh, what? Gecko is not touching this. Okay, I was wrong. I stand corrected. Quake, you are a better Protoss than I am. Ooh, we have some lurkers, and there are no observers. There is no observer tech. Oh no, there is observer tech. There are no observers. But the lurkers are on top of one another, and they just get stormed to death. Okay. GG. Maybe if the lurkers were a bit more spread, would have been different. By the way, usually when I see GG, we go to the next game very quickly, but it's been the trend that we don't do that. I'm just gonna exit right after we see GG next time. Just so you know. And we have right now our Protoss player Quake.com in the lead. Let's see if I believe Quake was female, but I don't want to say that, so let's just use the gender neutral one. Let's see if Quake.com can bring it up and take the series home for themselves on the fighting spirit. And as I say that, and as I'm starting the game, let me very quickly update the scores. So go to the scores, these, and we have 1-0 for our Protoss player. Let's see if Renegade X can bring some pride to their team and go for even out the series, go for an ace match. It is possible. The map is Fighting Spirit. The Zergs have a variety of very pretty good strategies that I can use. Big variety. That's all I want to say. Let's see the build this time. the builds I did not find the replay bar. The builds so far are standard. The Protoss pylon was a bit late, going for pylon in natural. Is a good pylon. It can make for a very strong wall. So seems like our Protoss player QuickCom does know about their walls. And we are not seeing a very early pull from the Zerg player, which is already an improvement. So the Zerg is showing us that possibly last game's early pull was a bit of a reaction to the map or the player, but is now willing to mix it up. And we have that double scout for John 11. Very standard. My understanding of this is that it used to be the old quote-unquote safe build, but you can nowadays, don't quote me on this, but you may be able to most of the time get away with only one scouting worker. But maybe the Protoss player sent two because they really wanted to find the other player and unrush them, but we see that that's not really the case. But it might be also an reaction to the fact that the other player does not really have a base. And yes, we had an early gas and an early pull from the player. Let's see what the first 100 gas is gonna go for, because that in PvZ is quite pivotal. We see that the Protoss player is keeping the probe in the Zerg's main, so that they also see what the gas is going to go for. And yeah, we are already at over 100 gas for the Zerg player, and to me that signals that maybe we are trying to go for, okay, we have some Zerglings to finally chase away that probe. And maybe as we chase away the probe from the main base, we're gonna go and throw down our tech. And I believe our tech is gonna be lair. Okay, so we are throwing down a lair before chasing down probably. So quite a delayed lair. And we are not gonna go for a 2 hatch. 2 gas and a lair. We are going to go and take our third base as the Zerg player. And in response we have that's a way better third timing if third base is like thrown down now. I mean, I know you can see that he doesn't really have the minerals, but okay, so he is going for 2 gases, same as last time. That is a bit too many drones to be transferring. Worker transfers are very important, while the Zerg player does not really know where the Protoss is. Worker transfers are quite important, but they are, I believe, even more impactful for the Zerg race than there are for the other races. And knowing exactly how many workers you should transfer is quite an important skill as a Zerg player. Okay, so the Protoss player does have a lot of economy. The Zerg had a chance to bring that cannon down, but they gave up. So the Protoss player does have a lot of economy, and Stefan is scored done, but he's not going for any tech. We now see a Stargate being thrown down, as if Quake managed to hear me and made use of the tech. So being one drone not working and not building anything for such a long time is quite bad, because as a player you are very low on your economy. And we have Citadel of Dune and a Stargate being thrown down at the same time. As well as +1 attack and +1 air and ground attack. It seems like, as I said, Quick managed to hear me that they have a lot of resources and are now trying to spend everything at once. Which, yeah, I know, it happens to me as well sometimes, but it's better if you spend all your resources when you need to spend them rather than trying to do it all at once in an oh shit moment. Thought that we were gonna go for Temple Archives, but instead we're going for some more gates. Will we see the Temple Archives though, because the Citadel is ready and there is enough gas. So I see no reason not to throw down Temple Archives. Is that gonna do Temple Archives? Yes. Okay, so we are gonna have a Temple Archives on the way as well. And there's a lot of stuff going on from the plus player. And a global, that's interesting. I wonder why she beat us such a lovely role. I don't know why I keep saying she. I think she's a female. Please excuse me if you're not. So not quite sure why the trouble was thrown down. Maybe it's an reaction to I've been damaged by so many Zerg players right now that I can't really afford not to throw down the robo. We have a nice attack going on here and frankly no army to defend it. That's why, as I was saying earlier, it's important to have something to detect when the Protoss army is coming, and you won't have these Hydras done earlier than that. These Hydras alone in separate groups quite weak, but when they get strong is when all the Hydras are together. Also, we are taking every gas, even though we don't really use every gas. Which, as I was saying, given that we have a very low eco, is far from optimal. Some nice micro going on with the workers trying to defend, but I feel like at this point it's like that attack got the Zerg player very off guard, and I believe that this attack did way more than the Zerg player could have afforded to take damage. So I will not be surprised to see a GG. But saying that, we have seen a trend in these series to stay longer in the games, and that's not necessarily bad. Like, especially because we are now in a team league, so maybe some players are thinking like, I don't really want to give up quite yet. Like, I don't really want to give up until I know it's don't really want to give up until I know it's certainly over. So because like they don't want to don't want to give the other team 3 wins, which is fair. I get that. I did cast PJ back before. Oh, and I'm doing this. I cannot reply. See if J-Pack wants to cast. Nope, we're not doing that. Let's go to game number 3 and no, we in game number 3. Let's go to series number 4, Rufus versus another. So far the score is 3-0 for Operation Indecision. Let's see if Samyang Fire can take it with that PvP and Rufus versus the number 2. Okay, the map is Overwatch, that's very standard. It's always going to be with Overwatch, Fighting Spirit, and Talcross if we ever get to Game 3. And it's a PvP. This time. So yeah, not much to say in the first few minutes, but maybe one thing I can say is on that map, PvP, a valid strategy is like making all your buildings in your opponent's main base. So you can go for your first pylon, try to monitor them, then a gateway over here or a gateway over there, try to counter their gateways, and that is a valid strategy. Another valid strategy is because Overwatch's main base is so huge, you can build a pylon and 2 gateways, or like a pylon and 2 gateways without really being noticed from your opponent. Just because of the sheer size of this main base, but looks like we are gonna have none of that. And okay, I was gonna say we might have 10-12 from another 2, but we don't. So we are having a really standard PvP opener. 10 gateway, 11 gas, 13 core. From both sides we see that Rufus is making everything slightly faster, showcased by his probe advantage sometimes, and the fact that let's look at his cyber attack. Okay, so Rufus's timing. Rufus's Cybercore is almost complete, so it's now beginning to warp in, and it's basically now ready, can be used. And we can see that another 2 Cybercore was like 3 to 4 seconds later. It's not a huge deal, but it does make a difference. Okay, so one thing that I did not notice until now is that another 2 did not excuse me, did not send any probes to mine gas for a very long time, and is about 200 gas behind. And that can be a pretty big game changer. So another 2's Dragoon is almost complete, so it means that Rufus needs to get the hell out of this base. He stayed long enough so that I think if he does a trip over here, he can see that Dragoon range is being researched, but he didn't, and as far as he can tell, there was no upgrade being done at the Proto Cybercore, and I'm wondering if, like obviously we saw that the Prospero was quite behind. Yeah, so I know what's happening. I know exactly what's happening right now. We saw that the Prospero was quite behind on gas, and I don't know if as a reaction he decided to throw down the Nexus or that was his plan all along, but he very smartly did not start any upgrades from the Cybercore until the probe was in the base, and we can see the reaction from Rufus is to throw down a rocket immediately after seeing that there was no upgrade, because he thinks it's gonna be Dark Templars. But instead we see that it's an early Nexus from another 2. That said, another 2 is really not following it up with like I don't think he has enough time to build the Reaver, and I would have really much like to see 2 more gateways or 3 more gateways even being thrown down, and then non-stop in production. Because right now Rufus can see that early Nexus, and basically knows everything that's happening. He's even safe, I would say, to not build the observer right now, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so he sees the Nexus, and he, despite having the good advantage, he did not decide to press on and continue around, which I'm a bit surprised by, I have to be honest. So for that series, I forgot to say another 2 is from Operation Indecision, and Rufus is from Samyang Fire. And I also need to go back and change the overlay yet again to 0, 0. Okay. We now have everything. There was just more happening this game. Unlike the previous 3 series. So I just had time to talk about stuff and I forgot to do that. That's a good kickoff if you pick that because the shield battery is now useless. And he has more units that I think like maybe the observer is unnecessary. And I don't know if he can go up the ramp and kill that river, but he could try. And it's better than just taking river shots all day long. He either needs to go and try to kill the river, or he needs to come here to attack that Nexus to draw the river into going down the ramp so that he can try to snipe it that way, or he forces his opponent to give up the Nexus. Let's see what's another 2 doing. He is making a probe transfer. Very good. I don't know. So he has a good army advantage, and I think with these rubles he can go and take the river. If he really jumps on it. Yeah, he's doing that right now. And okay, so he took the river. Second river is not even in production. And at this point you have 2 options. One of them is to go for that Nexus, which is the safe play, or the other one is going for up the ramp, which he did. And yes. Okay, so good job from our player Rufus from Team Samyang Fire. And we now make this a series as we finally see a game being taken by Samyang Fire. Let's see if Rufus can continue that trend and get us a second victory, or if another 2 is gonna bring it back and make that a very clean sweep, very decisive sweep for Operation Indecision. So we have our Protoss player Rufus spawning in magenta, leading this series 1-0. I'm gonna update the score. Spawning in the bottom right corner, and in the top right corner we have another 2 spawning in the tilt. And again, we don't have any super early, very aggressive cheeses from either player. That's good. Don't really know what's the deal with that. Usually you want to build your pylons close to your Nexus or close to the ramp. This one is neither. I like another 2 spawn position better this game, so far I can say that. That's pretty much all my professional commentary. For the series. For the whole cast even. Okay, so what's going on? This gateway positioning is, to me, signaling that another 2 wants to be somewhat aggressive because he's building his gateway as close to the ramp as possible so that he can really go and throw down some very quick armies. But yeah, we see that he's not starting the Zealot ASAP, which might be a bit of a mistake. Or it's just definitely not what he was signaling with his building placement. But we have this game, we have everything we had last game, but reversed. So another 2 has everything. No, just as his building is being built slightly earlier. Rufus is still doing a bit of a better job with the worker production. So let's see what's going on. That pylon positioning might have been that he thought he spawned at the top location rather than the bottom. Maybe. So that explains the pylon. If that was his standard pylon position over there, I don't know. I tend to disagree, but I'm wrong very often. So feel free to tell me I'm wrong. I will not be offended. I need to switch on my lights while doing that. So breaking the fourth wall and doing that. Done. Let's see, what did I miss? There is some tech going on in another 2 space. And there is tech, again, going the trend slightly later for Rufus. But Rufus right now has bigger army, at least, that is natural. Other 2 is attacking. You don't really want to attack right now because you want to wait for your opponent to when they'll have their gun range complete to see if they have gun range if you're going for an early attack. Other than that, you really have no business attacking so early. Unless you're going for some very aggressive build. Okay. So text being thrown down, we see 3 gateways and an observatory from Rufus and a gateway and an observatory from and a support bay from another 2. So another 2 will go for the reavers, whereas Rufus will go for a heavier goon style. Both are possible. I think at a higher level the driver play is definitely preferred, but no reason to go for it. This Nexus is off center. So if you notice that your expansion is off center, it is actually more beneficial to cancel it and build it on center than mining from off center base. So the river is almost done. The river will now be done, but this pylon block will be quite huge for Rufus. Let's see what the river can do. Like, we need the best river shots right now. That was a pretty good one. So we can defend. And another 2 was remaking some pylons and will not be hit as hard from the supply block as I thought. And he has an already his nexus done and probes are almost there mining, whereas Rufus has just started it. So right now in this position, Rufus is at disadvantage. Not a huge one, but enough. That river pickoff was very big, and right now he has the bigger boom count. And yeah, as I was saying earlier, he's at a disadvantage and he needs to do something to come back into this game, and seems like he found exactly what he needed to do. That river had overextended. These props were being told to the fight slightly later than they should have, and if we can get that reinforcements to another two's natural, this is gonna be an easy game. Okay, being the observer is big, so now he can safely put his observer over here to see when the river is close to the hump and take it. So for example, now he could have seen that the river's trying to do that and be able to snipe it earlier. So yes, what we just saw there was the mischance played. Oh my god, I cannot believe how many shots were missed here. So mischance really working in Naruto's favor. But it seems like the early advantage is no more, because Rufus has its base mining. That is that's a good next placement. That is so yeah, Rufus has his base mining already and well saturated. Whereas the other two was forced to go up his ramp and not mine for some time, and he also lost some props into that fight. So right now, from a disadvantage, we have Rufus at an advantage. Going for rivers of his own. So pretty standard, trying to snipe that one observer, but will not work out for him this time. So it seems like we are going to transition into the mid and late game here. Rufus going for some pylons and trying to sneak an expansion. Okay. So I think that the idea behind that is no, he's not sneaking an expansion. In fact, this balance is even blocking the location of the Nexus, which would make more sense if he did it here, because that will eventually be a base that another two want to take. But this is a base that he wants to take, so it doesn't really make sense to be blocking his own Nexus. So he's throwing some pylons around the map to help his vision. And that's always a good strategy, especially for PvP, because these shuttles are very deadly. Let's follow that Dragoon map army while I do something else. Yeah, we have Rufus throwing down pounds everywhere on the map just to be safe. So I think he is a bit overestimating his advantage, but right now another two is also playing quite defensively, so it's working out for him. So he is just throwing bounce everywhere on the map to see if and when another two is gonna move out. And we might see a good river. Speed shuttle is done for Rufus. We have two rivers in shuttle here, so they will not be very effective earlier on. Okay, so now the rivers are unloaded. Now they will shoot as soon as they see the drones. What do they do? Now the rivers will shoot the dragoons as soon as they see them, which is better. So let's see if that attack can do something, or he is just gonna go for it. We will have +1 done by another 2, and we do not really have any attack or armor upgrades. We don't even have a forge from Rufus. So depending on how long Rufus uses that, so depending on how long Rufus stays without making any upgrades. Okay, so he's now making a forge. Where is the forge? Where is the forge? Okay, here it is. Now making a forge. So yeah, started an upgrade. Storm is done. Storm is done for both players. Another 2 is in quite a good defensive position. Rufus sees that another 2 wants to take third base, and he's gonna go deny that. And honestly, what he's doing right now is a smart play, because a good strategy if you cannot go and attack your opponent is just to starve them and force them to attack you, or to go out of their little choke that they're defending, which is exactly what Rufus is forcing another 2 to do. So I'm quite happy with what Rufus is doing right here. Okay, so another 2 is trying to take another base. I wonder if he's gonna try and take another 2 bases. Okay, that was a bad joke, you know. I am very intrigued by what's that pylon deal. Why is he building so many pylons? Yeah, obviously that pylon, another 2 was cutting this thing the whole time, so he will very easily be able to deny everything. Do we see a move out right now? I believe we do. Just thumbs out. Okay, now it's the whole army. So now we're gonna have an engagement going on, but Rufus had its third base mining for quite a long time. That first storm was very good, the second one wasn't, and the storms from Rufus in response are quite good. Quite good fighting overall. Good trade for another 2, but Rufus just has so much economy, as you can see here. They almost traded their armies, but that's pretty much all of none other 2's army units, whereas for Rufus we now have a few control groups going to make a counterattack. So if he groups his army right now and goes, I believe he'll be able to take it. He's backing off. Backing off. Okay, so far Rufus played quite well, but right now he is going. Right now he is going for a bit of an over defensive posture, I'd say. Something that he doesn't really need to do. I'm assuming that he has lost quite a few games, being more aggressive than he should be. So he is now being overly defensive, but that's also another way to lose. It just takes longer. Okay, that's a good good drop going. Let's see. That was a bit of a disappointing Scarabs, to be honest, but it was just mostly good reaction by another two. That three were hiding here, and okay, so right now he is doing what he should have done like 3 minutes ago. He has such a huge army, and another two recognizes that, says GG, and leaves the game. Okay, so we have another two taking 2 losses. So it's the first win for our team Samyang Fire. Can this be the place where Samyang Fire makes a bit of a comeback and manages to go through that series 3-2? We're gonna see with that next PVT, in which we have Shaved Ape from Team Indecision, and Derkevich, the Zerg player, spawning in orange in the bottom right position from Team Samyang Fire. That's up to the Zerg player to try and get that win. As I was saying, that is a map that can be good for Zerg players. It's, I believe, one of the better balanced maps that we've had recently. But still, if there is any one race on this map that will be doing good, I think it's Zergs. Although it's a pretty balanced map. And we are gonna have forward tracks from Shaved Ape. So I think in these positions you can do barracks, supply, barracks, supply, and it's tight against any. It's link tight, but Shaved Ape is not quite doing that right now. So yes, fast expansion is for Terran is definitely an option on this map, but not like this, I believe. So that Rax placement is, I'm gonna say, a bit odd. Should be Rax, supply. Not an expert on my Terran walls, but I believe that's the case. And I think that was a very strong strategy for TVZ, especially on this map, because like the rush distance is not very long, was 4 pools. And when this map was back on the ladder, in the ladder pool, Terran were complaining that they are getting quite a few overpools, no overpools, 4 pools on this map. Which is usually a bad strategy against Terran on almost any other map except for this one. But because as I said, like, Terran's figured out a way to make link tight walls on this map. Even the 4 pool was not such a big deal. And we had a 12 hatch, which was quite a greedy build from our Zerg player. The Terran tried to punish that with a bunker rush. He did get 3 drones, but I believe the units that he lost are not really setting him ahead or behind. So right now I'm gonna say it's even. Like, I'm not a PvZ expert, but I am gonna say that. Good focus fire from Shaved Ape. Okay, so he decides the aggression is no more and he should bag these marines. And that one too. That one was dead almost for sure. Okay, good. He's backing up. And let's see what's gonna be the build from Zerkler. And see where the first 100 gas is gonna go. As is the case for Zerkler. Okay, it seems like we're gonna have variation on the one-on-one build for the Terran player, and in response, not quite sure what the Zerg is up to. Like, we see some evolution chambers, but what is the purpose? I guess it's to block the entrance, not allow for any run-bys, but we're taking our first extractor at the 5-minute mark, and that's very late. I don't think we can afford to do that. So Terran was possibly going for star boat rates or the dropship. More likely boat rates because he doesn't really have any units to drop. But he has decided to cancel the control tower, and he's going for raids right now. Maybe it was a response to seeing that the Zerkler does not really have any anti-air, but that evolution chamber is able to like gives the Zerkler a chance to morph some creep ponies. I don't know if I agree with that actually. Like the meta right now for Zerkler is to have older hatcheries closer together so that they can group. They can select all their larvae quickly and build a lot of units. And this raid is, like, needless to say, going to do a lot of damage. Because there's no anti-air. Kill all the overlords and then game snowball from there. And it's now doing a good job killing drones. We have 2 drones and an overlord pick here and there. That creep colony is finally being morphed to a spore colony. And we have another spore colony being morphed over there. Zerg's trying to counter, but a lot of the links were killed by this. He cannot get that overlord. Yeah, the race is lost. He's going for a burrow, which is definitely a valid strategy, but when you're so far behind on your gas mining, I don't really agree with the burrow. Okay, so Terran's going to take an expansion right now. Zerkler right now going for Lair, but you know it's bad when Terran is going for Irradiate and it's more than halfway done when the Zerg is starting their Lair. 2 Science Vessels and this game is over, and mentally even with that once each time the game is over. But I think about Shaved Ape, he used to be in tier 2 and then he dropped down to tier 3. So he is, I'm gonna say, one of the favorites in tier 3 because he's, if not tier 3, tier 2, close to tier 2 player. So yeah, no shame for losing to Shaved Ape. But that's 1-0 for Operation Indecision again. We don't want to do that. And let's see what's gonna be the result on Fighting Spirit. So TVZ on Fighting Spirit. Shaved Tape leading 1-0 in this series. Let's see. Shaved Tape is the bottom player, so shooting 1-0. Oh, I did not do the overlay from last time, so it's not correct. Okay. Let's see, what are we gonna have? We have the Zerk and their flare spawning cross positions, Zerk on top, Terran on the bottom, black versus blue, colors, Shaved Tape from Operation Indecision, already leading 1-0. We're gonna see if that will be the last game of the series or if we will have some more games coming up. Okay, so what's going on so far in the game? Now, Fighting Spirit obviously one of the better balanced maps. Possibly a bit of an overplayed map right now, but quite good. Overlord, scouting in the wrong direction, but you can't really scout correctly when you're cross-spawned unless you're 200 IQ player and you do a cross scout every game. Yeah, sure, wow, it's gonna pay off 1 out of 3 times. The other 2 times are gonna be very bad because you have no idea what your opponent's doing. We've been streaming for just over 2 hours now. And we are not tired. Well, except Least, who was tired and left the stream. But I mean, it was midnight when we started the stream for him. So quite understandable, I'm gonna say. And it was, yeah, we could see him falling asleep during the cast, so it's definitely not anything to show the excitement of the games. It's more, Least was very tired. And after this game, we will either have the ace match that might get us a closer series from Operation Indecision and Samyang in their tier 3 roster, or we are gonna go right into our tier 0 games. And honestly, whichever the outcome, I will be happy with both. Like, I'm really rooting for the underdog here, and I want to see the Zerk player taking this game off and then going to Talcross. But we're gonna see if this is gonna happen. Like, I'm not seeing the replays before that, so I can't say. And I made them all spoiler free, so I don't know which ones actually went to game 3 and which ones didn't, so it's up to anyone. I did try. Okay, so we're gonna have some action. I'll maybe save my story for next time. The Zerk player is doing a better job this time. We see the gas being thrown down at about the 3-minute mark, which is good. That's a bit of an overreaction if you ask me. Especially seeing that this CC is already up. is that... I mean, that is a hatchery that's off-center by a lot, I believe. Like, at the gas gear, but like last game, it was at that same position. I also thought it was off-center, so maybe it's me. Maybe it's not the hatcheries. So we're gonna have a move out after our turn here, and that move out will be well synced with the Steam upgrade. So assume he's gonna wait over here for a few seconds while his Steam is being researched or not. And I like, even though it's a scary bio force, I believe that it's not enough to take on these 3 seconds, and especially with all the everything that's coming also to defend. Okay, so we are gonna have these Bibles sent back home, except for these 2 medics, and which means that the player will be able to pick off these 2 medics, and that's honestly quite huge. Like, you don't really want to lose any of your academy units. You don't lose them from the academy, but they like, an academy is a requirement for that. And we see just Marines. That's honestly not as scary as Marines and with medics. The Zero player, I showed that earlier. It's going for something a bit out of the ordinary. Also, and I like it. It's lurkers. It's very early lurkers. Skipping the Spire, like he did last game, but this time he has Hydra 10. Okay, so the Terran player does not really see what is the tech because of this hatchery here. So he still doesn't know if he's facing Mutas or Lurkers or something else. And as I said, that yes, that is 12 Marines, but 12 Marines are not really effective on their own. They really need support. And we're gonna have a backstab, a bit of a backstab by these links. If they can catch this one tank, that will be a very big pickup. Okay, so I'm starting to like this game for our reserve player. Picking these 2 medics before and picking these... Oh, no, you don't... 1 health. Lurker was on 1 health. So I was gonna say, with the 2 medics that he picked earlier and... and the tank that he picked later, I think he was definitely in an advantage, but losing 2 lurkers and having 1 severely damaged. I don't know. Like, definitely the Zerg player was an advantage, and I think the Zerg player still is in an advantage. Has the advantage, but let's see if that's gonna be enough. So no, no turrets. It is quite an important thing to have turrets, because your scans from 2 comsats are not going to be enough. But attacking with only lurkers is bad. Like, you need Ling Lurker if you want to have that attack be successful. Yeah, being stuck on 2 bases for such a long time as a Zerg player sucks. So suddenly things start looking good for our Terran player again. Terran player scanning to check where the Zerg army is, but with that big of an army, I think he's safe. I think all that he really needs to be scanning right now is when will be the hive timing. Because that's really an army that can fight anything that layer can throw at you at this point. Yeah, you need to scan. You need to scan. Oh my god, this lurker. The value. Okay, so he has a vessel right now. Kill this lurker. Kill the lurker. Can the vessels even see that lurker? Nope. Okay, so he sees the lurker now, hopefully. Lurker is just giving up. Okay, GG. That will be it for our tier 3 games. I believe, let me check if we have anything left on the replay folder, but I do not think so. That was 5 series, and we casted 5 series already. Yep. So we casted everything. 4-1 for Operation Indecision, which is, well, really good.